here to relate this to the legal team. If there is sense in it, I think they need to act on this statement. Mohbad needs to call and interrogated. So these are the things I have to say. Thank you.
The mama, let's have it.
Hello. Yes, hello. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy birthday to Mama Mohbad, to Baba Mohbad. I greet him that many years to be celebrated ahead of him, and he'll never see this kind of sorrow ever again in his life by the grace of the Almighty God. Thank you so much, York Daddy, for bringing me up. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thanks to everybody that's been fighting the true justice. And whenever you guys have issues, God will always raise people that will fight for you as well. So my own submission is not going to be a long one. It's just a very brief one. I just want everybody to understand that what's going on, it's not a big issue, but people are trying to make it a big issue. It's a very glaring issue that somebody happened to pass on in his own house. That's the place you feel safe the most. That's the safest house. That's the safest place you should be. It's your home. So if anything should happen in your home, they should be able to tell what happened. So if we're, after 8 months we're still dragging what happened, and we're still hearing different stories from left, right, center, that means there's a lot of things that's being covered. And the people that have the power that are covering this whole thing are in Lagos State. That's my belief. If this case is not in Lagos State, I believe that the situation will be completely different, because the powers that be that are controlling what is happening, that we are all seeing right in front of our faces, that we know that yes, this person is guilty, either by association or by one way or the other. Wunmi is guilty for the buying of this guy. We know that. Everybody knows it. It's like, why are we even talking about it? Why are we even arguing about it? It's a simple thing. Everybody can see it. So for people to be trying to cover this case up is so painful, and it's so sad that people in this day and age would still want people to go under the radar for doing something so inhumane like this. You end someone's life after finish that. They didn't even stop there. They continue lying, bringing up stories. The poor man that is grieving for his loss of his son, they're still lying and trying to nail him, lying over and over and over and over. At least there's certain things you would do that you would say, you know what, I'm done here. This is enough. I can't take it anymore. Let me just confess and let me go. That's how human beings should be. You should get to a point where you give up and say, I can't do this. This is a human life that was lost. I can't take it. What if it was me? What if it was my friend? Or what if it was somebody you say you love so much, somebody you care for? Just go like that, and you're still covering it up. You're blaming the father that wasn't even there. You're blaming people that didn't even know anything about it. Do you understand? Like, it's so painful. I just don't understand how people these days are still even supporting this girl to say, oh, she's innocent, or to even cover up anything. Look at the sister now. The sister now is saying things that we didn't even know was happening. These are things she's saying that's happening that we didn't even know about, we've never even heard of. If she can do that to her own sister, so you can imagine, Mo is a nobody to her then. So why are we still having people that are supporting? This case has really taught me so many lessons that I can't even start to talk about here. This case is teaching me every single day. The people you love, don't think they love you back. Or the people you know, don't think you know them or they know you well. No. Stick to yourself and just pray to God to direct you and guide you, because you just don't know when or how or who is following you. They said you don't know who's looking at you, and you only know who is looking at you, but you only know who you're looking at. You don't know who's looking at you. So the people that are looking at Mohbad, they were not good people to him at all. They didn't even treat him well. They did nothing. And now the people that are supposed to be fighting to say, you know what, this is enough, let's fight for this boy, let this boy get this justice, let's know what happened. It's not only for him, for others. If other people are there thinking, you know what, if I do something, I'm going to get away with it, this will teach them a lesson to say, no, if I do this, I'm not going to get away with it, because people are not going to let me get away with it. So they'll not come up and start thinking of anything like this. But if this gets swept under the carpet and nobody does anything, then there's going to be issues. People are going to be ending every single day. They'll be deleting people every day. Puff Daddy was a big mogul in America. I know everybody knows the story. Look at him today. If they tell PDD that after 20-something years that they're going to bring you down like this, he won't believe it. So anybody that is thinking that this case is just going to be a case that will be just swept under the carpet, they are wasting their time. They are wasting their time, because this case is not, if you should see it from the beginning, that this is not a typical case. Precedents are going to be set from this case. Precedents, they're going to be set from this case. Things are going to change. If the government doesn't want to do something, APC government, PDP government, the people from other states should stand up and do something. Let's even take it like that now. Let's take it political. Let's take it tribal. Let's take it anywhere we want to take it. International, worldwide. Let's take it. Somebody can't just end like that and nobody is wanting to do anything. And this little girl is just gallivanting, enjoying her life, living like it's normal. You can't delete somebody and just get away with it. If we continue like that, then people will be well, I know people end up every day in Nigeria anyway and nothing gets done. But let's not follow that line anymore. If a rat should even end in your house, you would still trace where this rat came from. Do I have a hole somewhere? What happened? How did the rat get into my house? And what did this rat eat before this rat end up here? You would want to know. Let alone a human being, a full-grown man, a human being with a bright future, with a future ahead of him that he was bright. He was, he was living a good life. He treated you well as a wife or as a girlfriend, whatever you are to him. He treated you well. He didn't treat you badly. I mean, there would be a lot of women out there that would live to worship the ground that Mohbad walked on. That would pray to even have him as a friend, let alone as a husband or a boyfriend. You had him, you misled him, you wrecked his life, and you didn't even wreck his life. You were present when this thing all happened. And you can't stand up and say, let me just tell you guys what happened to my husband or my boyfriend. You can't do that. You're blaming the poor man, the poor dad that is mourning his son. You're still blaming him, trying to nail him. Is there no conscience anymore in life? Do people not have conscience? Do people not even think that there's a God? Are we so bold? Like, are we so narcissistic that we don't even fear God anymore? That we don't believe that God could take action? Is this what life is turning into? It's scary. It's really scary. Honestly, if this story is not teaching people lesson, I think they should wake up and understand that this is not even just a typical case. This is a scary situation we're facing. That somebody can do such a thing with no fear, no remorse, no nothing. Saying, even opening her mouth to blame the dad, to blame the boy's father that he was responsible, or he was trying to hide justice, or saying stories, making up lies after lies over and over and over and over. Man, it's really painful, it's shocking, it's scary. People should learn from this story. Honestly, people should really learn from this story and take lessons. If you're doing something now, change your ways now and understand that this life is not the way you think it is. You just divert yourself now to the right lane. Because if they tell somebody like PDD that today you will be nailed for what you've done 20-something years ago or 10-15 years ago, he will not believe it. He won't believe it, because the kind of money, the kind of wealth, the kind of power he has or he holds in America, he would never believe that anybody can get to him. But he's paying for it today, and he will pay for it. So people that are behind this girl or behind this case, that are thinking they can get away with it or they are going to go scot-free, that everything is going to be swept under the carpet, she been in Nigeria, nothing they happen. Forget it now. This is 24th century. This is 2024. Things are changing. Social media is bringing light into everything. Even if people had bad mind or bad intention of doing something, this present day and age is making people think twice. So you can't get away with what you used to get away with 20 years ago. It's not happening now. Everybody should sit up and sit tight. That's all I'm going to say about this. Thank you so much, Dräğğ. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you. Good day, everybody.
Is anybody to sorrow before? Is anybody wants to say anything again? Thank you, the last speaker, Damama. Exactly what is happening. It's painful, but we don't have choice. That's where we find ourselves. Please, can we have you the swift?
Hello.
Hi.
Dräğğ. Well done, sir.
Yes, sir.
Akitiyan.
One year.
And I will also want to say happy birthday to Baba Mohbad. It has been a very, 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 very long walk, and it's going to be a long walk to justice, as expected. Like I do say, it's going to be a very, very heavy marathon. So when they did the autopsy report, it made a lot of people to be very, very weak, I would say. And some people were trying to give up on the fight for justice. So I keep on saying it's not a time to give up. Understandably, people felt highly disappointed with the so-called autopsy report, that the summarily said is the cause of death is uncertain. I do not really have the full gist about details of the autopsy report, but it behoved me to ask that the pathologists actually do a physical report of the physical morphology now, the physical appearance of Mohbad. They did give report of that. I still can't tell if he actually did that, because they are just trying to drive the public towards painting a notion for us to think that maybe everyone believed that probably Mohbad was drunk or was intoxicated or was on drug or was poisoned, and this may not be the case, because I want to believe that Mohbad wasn't drunk that night. I want to believe that he was very oriented in time, place, and person. He was very, very fully alert. So that may not necessarily mean that he was drunk or being poisoned. So the direction they were trying to drive us to say, let's check the liver, the kidney, was it poison, was it drunk, were there any drugs in his system, in his body, that may not necessarily be so. I want to strongly believe, or I think, that it's largely going to be that Mohbad had a physical combat with somebody or group of people, and probably was nicked or snapped somewhere, because that is what we can say coincides with the initial police reports, where police had specifically said Mohbad bled profusely. So if he had bled profusely, it shows that there was a nip or a stab somewhere, which I feel and I see that the autopsy report failed to analyze and itemize that in their report. So, and ideally, in every autopsy, or when a pathologist wants to give a report of an autopsy, now it needs to start with what I can call cephalocaudal approach, which means that it needs to start from the head and move down to the toes, downward that way. So it needs to start with, first of all, with physical properties of that person. Physical properties. Now we need to start that, okay, this is Mohbad. We met him in his head shaped. We met him on his forehead. There is certain mark. He has this tribal mark. He got this mark on his earlobe. He got this. He had beards. He had this. He had that. They talk about all the facial characteristics, even down to the eyebrow, eyelashes, mustache, if he got any. They try to look at his teeth and see if he got any diastema. They look at the jaw and move down to the back of the head, any form of incision. They come down to the neck and talk if there's incision, if there's any mark, and down to the shoulder, to the hands, to the legs, and the stomach, back, buttocks, perineum region, the private part, and they move downward. Physical examination first. That should be what the pathologist should start with from a proper reportage. Now, if the pathologist hadn't done that, that means shows that there was a big failure. Now, after the physical examination, physical report, it is then they can now be talking about the viscerals, the internal organs. Now we took a sample. We explained how they cut it. We cut it in a Y shape, in a V shape, in a something. We passed through here and passed through here, and we got here, We got a sample of the liver, a sample of the kidney, a sample of this and that, and we run this test to. Why did we run this? So it should be detailed and sequential in that way. If need be, there may be need for an overall body CT scan or an MRI so that it will be able to pick down to tissue level, even if there is a mere laceration of the skin. The MRI will show it that there is a simple laceration in the neck, simple laceration on the arm, or something. So that is when you would have said to have a proper autopsy, which apart from the histopathology that he just tried to bamboozle the crowd with, the histopathology is there, but the physical properties as well as enlisting the procedure that they went through for the autopsy is very, very important. Very, very important. Then they could have microbiological studies and the rest, all those things. So, do you know, if I want to tell you this, do you know that DNA analysis is part of autopsy? DNA analysis is part of autopsy. So, because they need to identify if perhaps the person have a form of genetic disorder.
The back home. Instead, it was Daosa. So all those things are coming from the hands, just to push narration outside there.
You know what? Whenever you guys are reading your citizen, please make sure that you keep the number. Okay, you say in this particular number in the citizen, this and this and this was said, and you write it down. Please, because that is how you can shut people up. I have to check that statement that you said. Because between Baba and Darusha, somebody initiated that idea that let us get Mohbad out of this place. Was it Baba? Was it Darusha? I don't think it can be Darusha when Baba is there. I don't think so. They push everything on Baba. But Darusha was the one who called the ambulance, was the one who paid the ambulance. But who brought the idea that they should call the ambulance? And why is ambulance even needed? I mean, why? Okay, anyway, I don't want to flog that much because there are some things there that it's just that. Okay, let me just hide some things, right? I won't say some things, I will say some things. Let me say some things now. Let's say now, the ambulance, Baba Mohbad was in that house. About 9:30 to 10 p.m. he was there. 10 p.m. sure he was already in that house. Alright? Now, he was there for another 1 hour. Now, if that night, they had to drive with an ambulance to Ikorodu, from when to when will they drive from Lekki to Ikorodu? First, from 11 p.m. When they went to show in Ikorodu, about 12, when they exit the place, they got back home at about 2 a.m. after the show in Ikorodu. Now, at home from Lekki back to Ikorodu, how many hours did it take them to get to the mortuary? Okay, if they went straight with ambulance to Ikorodu, so it means they should be getting there like around 1. Alright? So the 3 hours Baba said they spent in the police station, where is that coming from?
Paparano, let's work out the time, if that's okay. So let's say Baba got there at 9 o'clock, all of the things is done, blah, blah, blah. Ambulance probably got there like 10:30. Let's say 10:30.
I mean, let me check on something. Go on.
All right. So let's say, Mommy Anikishaya, are you there? So we can rub mine together, man. Yeah. So let's say he got there from what he said at 9 o'clock, and he saw his son's body, all the things that they did and all of that. They decided to call ambulance. Ambulance probably got there like past 10. They decided to move the body for about, let's say 10:30 to 11 o'clock, right? It would take them, if they're going straight to Ikorodu, it would take them at least at that time, no traffic, maybe 2 hours. They would probably go to Ikorodu, let's say 1 o'clock or past 1.
Right.
Do you understand? And he said it was at the mortuary.
In the evening. in the
Sorry?
Ikorodu road. There is always traffic in the evening.
But this is night now. 10. This is 10:30, 11 o'clock.
The road is always
10
free.
free. The road will be free at that time by 10:30 because they're going to.
It is almost the same time with the show. When they went for show, it is almost the same time. They left around 12. They got there 2 a.m. So like 2 hours. 10 a.m.
We've done
Wait.
Okay,
He got them 9:30 to 10 p.m. in the evening, in the night. And after 1 hour, that is 11 p.m., they left home.
Okay.
So 11 p.m., so around 1, about 1, they already, wherever they were. Yeah.
So, are you going by the morgue or you're going by the police station now?
Hey, Sniper, what time did Baba reach morgue?
I said if they went, we are using if as a condition, we want to establish different cases.
Yeah.
If they went straight to the morgue, so by 1 p.m. they're supposed to be
They
there.
went straight to the morgue. 1 p.m. They should be there. Yeah, 1 p.m. 1 a.m. Sorry, 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. they should be there. Yeah, 1 a.m. they should be there. So what happened between 1
Yeah,
a.m.
sorry, 1 a.m. 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Yeah, so what time did he say he left the morgue? Do you see?
What
Do you
time
know?
did he get to the morgue?
Baba left around
4 a.m. 4 a.m.
in the morning.
So he left the morgue 4 a.m. Could you have spent 3 hours in the morgue?
Moderator, please bring people up now. Are they busy? Moderator, bring people up now.
Because he wouldn't have spent.
But thinking of people that are calling Nigerian police, which police? I'm 54 years old. Nigerian police is not just like that. When I was 8 years old, police came to arrest someone that raped in my community. When the man of this man that raped the person give police money, they asked that man to leave, to run through the backyard, and they arrested people that are playing under the tree. So it's not today. So forget about Nigerian police. They always work in reverse against the will of people. So forget police. It is people that actually, evil people that have money that control the police. So God is at work. Be watching. Look at Karimo now. Karimo doesn't have peace. She doesn't have peace again. And that is, a lot of them have lost their peace. They are only managing. They are only trying to pretend as if it is well with them. It is not well with everyone that have participated in the death of that guy. I am telling you. Go and look at the video of this king we are talking about when he attended one of the functions. It was not well with that man. The way he was looking, the way the mouth was so bent to one side, looking like a dummy. Because he has committed an atrocity that he knew that he cannot go scot-free this time. He might have been doing it, but killing this guy, I know a lot of them will be regretting today. So let me stop from there. Let me allow another person to talk. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
You said it all. But you yourself know that those questions, you will not get answer to it. You will not get answer to it.
I will not get answer, I know. But I know God is working. God is dealing with those that were... Do you think it is well with Mama Mohbad himself? The woman that even gave birth to Mohbad himself. It is not well with that woman. You can see the woman is not okay. This woman we are talking about, that girl, it is not well with that girl. I am telling you. Every one of them are just pretending like as if they are okay. Because the spirit of this guy is tormenting every one of them. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go and watch the video of that king. The last function he attended that I watched. The man was disturbed. Whoever that read psychologists will go and look at that video. It was not well with it was not well with that man. God is dealing with them. They don't have enough rest. They don't have enough sleep. They don't have peace. They have lost peace, and they will not have peace until the day the final death knock on their door. The way they kill that boy, that is the way most people that have been supporting evil are even those that have collected money and they are supporting all these evil activities. Most of them, they are going to lose whatsoever anything they have in their life, and they will lose their life because God is at work. Forget about justice in Nigeria. Because a lot of people that are even greater than this guy have been killed. Bolage was killed now. Nobody was apprehended today. Funson Williams was killed. Nobody was. Look at this little girl that was killed inside his government bus. Bamise, what did you hear about it? And you are talking about somebody is calling this one governor. You call that one governor? Governor of Lagos State. Is that governor? When they say somebody is governor of a Lagos State, it's chief security of the whole people that is in that state. What has he been able to do about anything that have been, all the evil that have been happening in that country, in that state? And the whole world is even looking at us. And somebody even said that it might even be the reason why people that are not even enjoying themselves, people that are poor, that are still, they lost their mind, they lost their brain, the way they are acting, the way people are behaving in Nigeria. Because if you see some people that are even supporting all these influential people upon this Mohbad case, you will know that it is not worth with so many people in that country. Something that we can see a lot of things that we can see. When this guy died, we are those people that were with him. Have they been able to pick any one of those people? If it is his wife, if it is his brother, if it is, because they said there were more than 15 people that were living in that house, in Mohbad's house. So are they telling the whole world that when the guy died, there was nobody with him? Forget. God is at work. God is going to kill every one of them, one by one. They might think, say, Ojo ni Ekpeoluwere manja. Kò sójọ́. Ẹlòmíì báyìí ti ṣiṣẹ́ nu wọn. Bójọ́ ọdún mẹ́wàá lénìí. Bójọ́ 20 ọdún lénìí, bójẹ́ 30 years. Ọba tá ń sọ yìí. 30 years, 40 years. If it is more than 50, kó má kú mọ́. Àwọn ẹni tó ń rán àtẹlé olórí burúkú bọ́ọ̀ ìkan báyìí tó ń arrest àwọn arífá tó ń arrest kínní. That is the reason why some people will just die mysteriously. Tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀ bóyá wọ́n ní wọ́n bẹ́ wọn lórí sọnù. Accident ṣẹlẹ̀, ó kú dànù gbogbo apá àtẹsẹ̀ fọ́n dànù. Wọn ò ní mọ̀ pé these are the things they have done. Tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti kú in spirit for long time before that thing manifests in physical. So please let me allow another person to talk.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Joy.